Tonight, ticket troubles for patient Port fans in line for a seat at Friday's sold-out prelim final. Others open their wallets to cover the coach's fine. Plus, we have details on whether a shock return could be more realistic than first thought. 3 teens charged over an armed home invasion, with the getaway driver also arrested. Another assassination attempt on Donald Trump while he played a round of golf in Florida. This time, the Secret Service stepped in. And time's running out for Adelaide's mystery millionaire to claim their jackpot.
This is 10 News First Adelaide with Kate Freebairn.
Good evening. The AFL has just announced the time to secure a seat for Port Adelaide's prelim final has officially run out. The Sydney clash is a sellout, with many Power fans left fuming amid the mad rush. Josh Webster's been following the frenzy. And Josh, there was a whirlwind of emotions for fans.
Yes, exactly right, Kate. The SCG will be packed on Friday night. Tickets snapped up, majority of them by members from both clubs this morning. The few that were left, released to the public this afternoon, they were gone in around an hour. Now, today has been an extremely anxious day for Power fans. Some lined up before daybreak at the entertainment centre for tickets, only to find out the box office didn't open until after the tickets were released. In line hours before the hottest tickets in town go on sale.
I got here about 6 o'clock this morning.
Kerry Coleman, among more than a dozen Power fans who'd queued up, hopeful the early start would pay off.
We've tried online and had a few issues. It will be well worth the wait.
But as tickets to Port's preliminary final against the Swans were released, excitement quickly turned to disappointment.
Tickets have gone on sale at 9:30. They're not open. It's 10 o'clock now. It's still not open.
The mix-up leaving some Power faithful furious.
Now online queue 15,670. So there's other people that are obviously going to get in before me. So it's very frustrating.
Getting to the game is proving costly. Flights direct to Sydney, landing in time for the opening bounce, are rapidly selling, while some prices are up to almost $1,000 one way before adding accommodation costs.
Those planes filling up should be good for the airlines, should make those flights cheaper, not more expensive. And I really feel for South Australian families who want to go see their team thump Sydney.
I can apologise that we lost the Geelong game and we have to go to Sydney. It'd be nice to have a whole heap of fans go up, but we understand the struggles with that.
Coach Ken Hinkley is prepared for takeoff, despite being slapped with a $20,000 fine. Fans quick to forgive, setting up online fundraisers to cover the cost, with some having a bit of cheeky fun.
It's nice to have support. Yeah, it's nice to have support for Ken. He's been through some stuff over the last few weeks, so it's nice that they're on his side.
Josh Webster for 10 News First.
4 teenagers have been arrested after a terrifying home invasion in Gillis Plains. The homeowner says he attempted to fight them off until they violently forced their way in.
A terrifying home invasion has played out. 3 teenagers are accused of beating down the door in the early hours of this morning. The trio was captured on security cameras roaming the streets around 3 a.m, just metres from the Millbank Avenue property. The home had its security door ripped from its hinges and the front door smashed open. Police say the intruders were armed and masked. The owner, who's too afraid to speak on camera, says he fought to prevent them from entering before he was forced to flee through the back door. No one was physically injured, but cash and personal belongings were stolen. Police say the teenagers left in a stolen Jeep, which they tracked all the way to Darlington, where its tyres were spiked. 3 youths, including an accused getaway driver, were arrested nearby with help from the dog squad. The accused teens aged between 15 and 17 face several charges, including aggravated serious criminal trespass.
Donald Trump has survived yet another assassination attempt, with shots fired just a few hundred metres away from the former US president. He was playing golf on his own course in Florida when a Secret Service agent spotted the shooter preparing to take aim.
It was just another day at Donald Trump's luxurious West Palm Beach golf course until gunfire rang out. A would-be assassin had positioned himself just outside the course fence, where he waited, armed with an AK-47 style assault rifle. In his sniper's nest, the fully loaded gun, 2 backpacks, one with a bulletproof tile in it, and a GoPro camera.
Call came out, shots fired. That was called in by the Secret Service.
An agent spotted the gunman about 270 metres away from the former president. That agent opened fire and the gunman fled the scene before he could shoot at Trump. A witness saw a man running out of the bushes and jumping into a black Nissan. That tip-off allowing police to catch the suspect on a nearby highway.
2 of my marked units picked up the vehicle. We followed it for a bit, were able to contain it using some of our bigger vehicles that we use for specialised stops.
The alleged gunman is 58-year-old Ryan Wesley Routh, a man who claims to have fought in Ukraine.
For some reason, Russia does not grasp this concept that we're all one unit.
Now, one of the big questions being asked here tonight is how on earth a gunman was able to get so close to Donald Trump yet again. So far, police have told us that the shrubbery around this golf course made the shooter virtually impossible to see. But certainly we are expecting there will be a thorough review into the former president's security detail.
He's not the sitting president. If he was, we would have had this entire golf course around it. Well, because he's not, the security is limited to the areas that the Secret Service deems possible.
After being rushed to safety, Trump issued a statement writing, "Nothing will slow me down. I will never surrender." The incident comes just 2 months after the first assassination attempt at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. That shooter was killed, but with today's gunman now in custody, authorities will be working hard to find out what motivated him to take aim at the former and possibly next US president. Catherine Firkin for 10 News First, Florida.
The investigation is now ramping up to include not just local law enforcement, but also the FBI and other agencies. Our US correspondent Catherine Firkin provided this update a short time ago.
Tonight we've learned that the FBI has launched a global investigation into this second assassination attempt of Donald Trump as it tries to piece together the history of alleged gunman Ryan Wesley Routh. The 58-year-old remains in custody tonight and he is expected to face some of the most grave federal charges, including terrorism and weapons-related offences. Now, we don't yet know his motivation, but we have learned from looking at some of his online posts that he grew increasingly critical of Donald Trump over the past few years. We've also learned that he voted in the Democratic primary this year in the state of North Carolina. Now, whether his political allegiances has anything to do with the attack is yet to be confirmed, but of course it is an area of extreme interest for investigators. They're also worried about the fact that this golfing outing for Donald Trump today was a last-minute decision. That suggests that the alleged gunman was watching the former president closely and was ready to strike at any moment. It doesn't look like Donald Trump is going to be making any changes to his campaign schedule. We're still expecting him to appear here in Florida tomorrow to speak about cryptocurrency. We're then expecting him to return to those crucial battleground states to rally before supporters. So despite the scare, despite the huge jolt to the nation once again, it appears that this race to the White House will continue almost as usual, albeit with a far greater security presence around the former president.
Back home, police have unearthed a drug lab in Beverley, finding 13 kilograms of methamphetamine and 25 litres of the drug known as Fantasy. 2 men have been arrested, accused of manufacturing the substances. Police also seized cash and cars. Time is running out for Adelaide's mystery lottery winner who won $1 million nearly a year ago. The punter who purchased the ticket from a northern suburb service station has just days to claim their prize.
A suburban service station which pumped out a potentially life-changing sum.
They've got 11 days.
$1 million worth of prize money now hanging in the balance as time to claim it slowly runs out.
Oh my God, if I'd won that much money, I definitely would be claiming it, yeah.
The ticket was unregistered, meaning we have no way of contacting the fortunate winner and must wait for them to come forward.
A punter bought the ticket on Wednesday, September 27 last year at Mawson Lakes in Adelaide's north. But so far, no one has come forward, and whoever the lucky winner is has just 11 days left to claim their prize.
Are you the mystery millionaire?
No.
But it's already been won.
Been won.
Oh, damn it.
I wish it was me, and if it was me, I would have claimed it by now for sure, and I would have told no one.
The unclaimed winning ticket leaving locals to contemplate what they'd do with the prize and if they'd share.
Nah, all to myself.
Pay off my house, buy a house for my children.
Yeah, maybe share with my family. They're nice to me.
If the winner finds their ticket after the deadline expires, they can still get their prize money from the state's Lotteries Commission, but there will be some administrative costs to get it. The lot urging players to check their tickets as soon as possible.
It could be on the fridge, in your glove box or by your bedside table.
I got to admit, I have lost a few lottery tickets before.
If I have, I think my wife would have found it already.
Rebecca Wilson for 10 News First.
Oh, wouldn't it be nice? Max Burford, have you checked yours?
Oh, Kate, if that was me, I would have been refreshing the app so quickly that I'd already know. I've won, we wouldn't be in this situation, that is for sure. Up later in sport, some more good fortune. It continues. Aussie Oscar Piastri wins a dramatic Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Also pushing to play, Kane Farrell, Charlie Dixon and Ryan Burton join in at power training. And some choose to throw hands, others open them up on a day of highlight plays in the NFL.
Thank you, Max. Coming up in 10 News First, the PM frustrated at a slow-going scheme that could help thousands of households. And Tiff has the week's forecast for a bar that's celebrating guitars.
Go wild for Mad Monday. At 7:30, the race is let loose in Africa. Then, Robert Irwin will have a wild time as guest host of Have You Been Paying Attention? It's a wild night on 10 and 10 Play.
At Officeworks, we won't be beaten on price. Get this Samsung Galaxy S23 FE for $787. Or this HP Pavilion laptop for $1,597. Make bigger things happen at Officeworks.
Get behind the wheel with MG's 10-year warranty. It's now on every MG in the range. And that goes for the ZST, now from just $25,990 drive away. Drop into your local MG dealer today.
Can a can of Glen 20 sort out the snotty lounge?
Can do.
Soccer stink?
Can do.
What about?
Of course it can. You can eliminate more germs and odours with Glen 20 every day. It's the Can Do Can.
Rosie's bringing the roller boogie. Ryan's bringing the dad funk. What are you bringing?
I brought the Cadbury Favourites.
Bring it with Cadbury Favourites.
Anything designed to carry the human body must be relentlessly refined and tested. The unique Sealy Posturepedic spring system senses and responds, working to align your body so you can get straight into your day.
Burgers for dinner? Wraps for lunch. Spring meals are easy with Coles RSPCA approved chicken breast fillets on special for $9.50 a kilo. And make life easier online with home delivery on your time. That's great value, hands down, at Coles.
However these 6 symptoms of acid reflux feel to you, Gaviscon Dual Action acts in the stomach to neutralise acid fast and form a protective layer. For 6 symptoms, think Gaviscon.
Yo, boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, 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 boom. My heart goes bang. The soul in the stereo, you rhyme, your man. Go, hey, 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 hey. No.
I always see 1111 on my phone, so we're going 11.
Will her $100,000 premonition come true? Next on Deal or No Deal.
From just $24,990, Adelaide City GWM.
Here are some of today's weather photos from across South Australia.
If you'd like to share your own, you can join our Adelaide Weather Watchers group on Facebook. You can also find us on Instagram at 10ADL Weather Watchers, or you can tag me using the hashtag #SAWithTiff.
The Albanese government is yet again fighting with the Greens over the housing crisis. Labor wants support for its promise to help low to middle income earners buy a house through a shared equity scheme. But the Greens have their own demands.
Out from the Prime Ministerial office, having reached his threshold.
Get on with it.
Anthony Albanese is frustrated he can't get his shared home equity scheme through Parliament, despite having a mandate after taking it to the last election.
If the Australian people elect a Labor government, we will create a new Help to Buy program.
Under Help to Buy, the government has an up to 40% stake in a person's home. It would apply to 40,000 houses. For those who earn less than $90,000 or $120,000 combined for a couple and have 2% of the deposit.
This is about supporting home ownership in this country, and it's something that should frankly have sailed through.
But it stalled in the Senate. Without the support of the coalition, the only hope is getting the Greens on board. They want a rent freeze and changes to tax breaks on investment properties.
And if we could get a couple of steps towards fixing the housing and rental crisis in this country, we would take that.
The government decided to test everybody's resolve and put it up for debate in the Senate.
The Australian people don't want to co-own their house with the government.
This piece of legislation, this wet lettuce to the housing crisis, does nothing to help you.
Others have taken a different approach.
Get on with this. It's a small thing for people who don't have wealthy parents and want to get into the market, but let's turn our mind to addressing some of the root causes of this housing crisis.
The Albanese government isn't pretending this is a silver bullet to solve the housing crisis. And as a reminder, it's not its only policy. Labor has announced almost 14,000 social and affordable homes will initially be built from its Housing Future Fund.
Give us all a break, really. Really.
Ashley Raper for 10 News First.
Adelaide shivered through a very cold start today before the sun came out. For a check of the weather, let's go live to Tiffany Warne. And Tiff, SA's live music scene is taking centre stage this month.
It is indeed, Kate. The Adelaide Guitar Festival kicked off this month with some great initiatives, including guitars and bars. So, as the name suggests, local artists get to perform at local bars. Tonight we are at Memphis Slims, which just won an award for the best live music venue in Australia. And I'm joined now by local artist Lucas Day. Lucas, you've just performed at the Adelaide Guitar Festival.
Yeah, I had the best time on Friday night playing with my band, launching my new single, Wallow. It just came out, so anyone can stream it now if they feel so inclined.
Amazing. And what do initiatives like Guitars and Bars do for local artists like yourself?
I mean, there's only so much practice you can do at home alone in your bedroom. I mean, I got all the licks, but it takes that performing in front of people. And Guitars and Bars is just that opportunity for all my muso mates and all the artists locally to get out and get amongst it and get in front of people.
Love it. Thank you so much, Lucas. Weather-wise, it was a very fresh morning. In fact, we had our coldest September morning since 1987, a low of just below 3 degrees. Our top today, 18. I will have more a little later on, Kate, but for now, take it away, Lucas.
Good stuff. Love it. Thank you, guys. Coming up in 10 News First. A major milestone on Majors Road. Find out when the project will be finished. And the crowning glory for an Australian at the Emmys.
I always see 1111 on my phone, so we're going 11.
Will her $100,000 premonition come true? Next on Deal or No Deal.
South Africa, baby!
Who will chicken out of Joburg's spectacular challenge?
It's chicken feet, chicken heads, eyes, everything.
You gotta eat the whole thing.
You ready the little toenails and stuff? Tonight on 10 and 10 Play.
This is one of our new ambulance stations that's gone up around the state. It's looking good.
And there's even more of us now, so we can respond even quicker.
It's all part of building a bigger health system. So find out what's happening near you.
Authorised by the Government of South Australia.
From day one, what keeps our heart beating is finding joy. That burst of positive emotion that makes us feel alive. At Bolton Clark, we believe the potential for joy shouldn't diminish with age. It's at the heart of who we are and all we do, and has been since 1885. Bolton Clark, Australia's heart of positive ageing, for home and community support, retirement living and residential aged care.
Can Finish handle the need for speed and clean all this before the whole team arrives? Easy. Effective in short cycles, Finish Ultimate Plus gives a deep clean and brilliant shine. What's your Finish challenge?
There's only one man big enough to run this steady.
Penguin, you waltzing in here like you mean something. We're in the middle of a gang war.
This city is meant to be yours, sweetheart. What are you gonna do to get it?
Trust me, it's just the beginning.
The Penguin, September 20 on Binge.
Bring a smile to school lunchboxes this spring with great fresh specials. Like Australian blueberries 125 grams, bursting with flavour, and now just $3.50 a punnet. That's today's fresh food, people.
Even on the busiest of days, pain can get in the way. Choose Nurofen Advanced Liquid Capsules to unleash the speed of liquid, relieving headaches fast, because every minute matters.
The Socceroos are back in Adelaide. Cheer on the local heroes when Australia take our next step to World Cup qualification. Thursday, October 10th, we take on China at Adelaide Oval. Be a part of history as we look to qualify for our 6th consecutive World Cup. Search Socceroos for tickets.
Winning season is here. We caught up with some past winners. Riga won a car, Stephen won a coffee machine, and Tara won a sundae.
Happened on a Saturday.
Head in store to play today.
The health system's getting a lot bigger. Like here, this building's all new. There's upgrades to hospitals to add beds and better facilities to help you get the care you need. So find out what's happening near you.
Authorised by the Government of South Australia.
This week's going to be wild when special guest host Robert Irwin joins Ursula, Lloyd, Alex, Ed and Sam.
Hang on, what?
That's insane. Hog wild.
Okay, I'm in.
Have you been paying attention? Tonight on 10 and 10 Play.
You're watching 10 News First. 2 significant infrastructure projects in the southern suburbs have passed major hurdles. The government says once complete, they'll slash travel times. Here's Josh Webster.
Over 13,000 motorists use Majors Road every day, and soon residents here in the south will have greater access to the freeway as construction reaches a major milestone. 18 locally made steel girders, each weighing up to 14 tonnes, now installed, connecting the overpass above the Southern Expressway at O'Halloran Hill. The $120 million project, on track to be completed by the end of next year, set to triple the number of lanes from motorists to 6. Meanwhile, further south, the Aldinga interchange continues to take shape as over 50 piling columns are drilled into the ground. The government says once completed, the new roads will speed up travel times for motorists.
It's all about unlocking that pressure, unlocking that anxiety, unlocking that congestion that occurs on our roads where we have, quite frankly, wasted time sitting in cars. So this really will help unlock it.
Bitumen on the Majors Road northbound entry to the freeway is expected to be laid in the coming weeks.
Drama series Shogun has dominated TV's Night of Nights, taking out a record-breaking 18 awards at this year's Emmys. It was an evening filled with milestone moments, including a first-time win for Elizabeth Debicki, who stunned as Princess Diana in The Crown.
The 76th Emmy Awards, where television reigns supreme.
Also known as broadcast TV's biggest night for honouring movie stars on streaming services.
Hosted by father and son duo Eugene and Dan Levy, the night paid tribute to the kings and queens of TV, comedy and drama, a title which shocked Australian Elizabeth Debicki in her first Emmy win.
I didn't write anything down because I'm very superstitious and now I'm in a real pickle, so I'm going to do this quickly.
Awarded Outstanding Support Actress for her uncanny portrayal of Princess Diana in Netflix The Crown.
Playing this part based on this unparalleled, incredible human being has been my great privilege.
Netflix favourite Baby Reindeer dominated the evening, collecting 4 gongs, including Best Limited Series.
10 years ago, I was down and out, right? I never ever thought I'd get my life together. I never ever thought I'd be able to rectify myself with what had happened to me and get myself back on my feet again. And then here I am.
And Best Lead Actress and Actor in a Limited Series.
Thank you for trusting me to be your Martha. I will never ever forget her or you.
But television's soaring triumph was Shogun, which has nabbed a record-breaking 18 wins, including 4 primetime Emmys for Best Actor, Best Actress and Best Drama Series.
It was an East meets West dream project with respect.
The Bear was expected to be the comedy favourite as the most decorated comedy series in history with 23 nominations. It walked away with just 4 wins and couldn't quite dish up against its opposition for Best Comedy Series.
The Emmy goes to Hacks.
As the credits roll on TV's Night of Nights. Nicole Strawn for 10 News First.
Coming up, hundreds of thousands of dog owners to get a letter in the mail for a campaign to stop pets going postal. That's next. And Big Brother returns home to Network 10.
The most annoying traits of Aussie co-workers are revealed. 6:30.
In this house, anything can happen.
That's why it's funny.
Is Aaron Chen up to the task?
Hello, I'm playing you, Tom Gleeson. You're welcome.
New Taskmaster is coming to Tuesdays.
Since 1927, one legendary Aussie shopkeeper has made every moment better. So we can enjoy those sweet moments together. Darryl Lee, making it better since 1927.
Aussies love Sapco flat mop sets. The twin wash and dry power blades clean and dry the mop hands-free. Sapco, it's how Australia cleans.
Fancy Feast, culinary inspired, cat adored. Every delicious detail, every delicate bite brings you and your cat closer together. Fancy Feast, love is in the details.
What does it feel like to be with a health insurer you can rely on?
Most satisfying.
Join Australia's most satisfied customers. Health Partners. Health insurance done right.
Avoid termites eating away at your home. Call now for 20% off a visual termite inspection.
No worries with the team from Murray's.
Meet the Hansons. We challenge them to take new Vanish Gold Pro on a trip in search of the world's toughest stains. The catch? They only get 1 shirt each.
What have you done? There's no way this will come out in the cold wash.
Even in cold and short cycles, just 1 scoop of Vanish in every wash is safe on clothes, while lifting the toughest of stains.
Wow, that only took 30 minutes.
Trust Vanish, forget stains.
Now, over 40 years in SA, you get to celebrate at Dreamland with store-wide savings of up to 50%. That's up to 50% off a great range of beds and bedroom furniture and up to 50% off Aussie-made mattresses.
Happy birthday, Dreamland.
Dreamland.
But what's the best value?
Oh, excuse me. What about this? The Woolies app. You just press the best unit price button and, oh, there you go. All sorted, showing the lowest unit price first.
Impressive.
Saw it on my socials.
Easily compare unit prices in the Woolworths app. That's today's fresh food people.
Hard to reach stains? Try Harpic Fresh Power Tablets. Simply drop and go to help remove stains. Clean where the brush can't reach with new Harpic Fresh Power cleaning tablets. For easy toilet cleaning, try Harpic tablets today.
Everyone ready? No. From the director of Toy Story 4, experience Transformers like never before.
This is Steve.
Steve?
He's not real.
Witness the origin. Transformers 1, coming soon.
MasterChef's taking over Deal's primetime celebrity special. 7:30 Tuesday on 10 and 10 Play.
Welcome back. Hundreds of thousands of SA dog owners are set to receive mail as part of a campaign trying to combat a worrying trend of attacks on posties. Tough new laws and increased penalties are on the way.
Delivering a message to South Australian dog owners that incidents like this need to stop.
Don't put us at risk. We want to do our job for you guys as safely as possible, and we want your dog to be safe as well as our posties.
50 posties are attacked by dogs every week across Australia, 114 here in SA in the past 6 months. Rebecca Young's seen enough in just 4 years.
Once you've experienced a dog incident, you do become quite anxious.
More than 300,000 dog owners in SA are set to receive a letter with safety advice as Australia Post teams up with a taxpayer-funded campaign.
We've had a 50% increase in dog attacks over the last 5 years at Australia Post as we deliver more and more to the door.
SA recorded a staggering 503 dog attacks in the wider community within the past 12 months, almost double what it was in 2012.
Dogs that are prone to that, they need to be responsible and train them properly.
Bring on the fines, obviously. If they're not secured their animals, it's very important that they do.
The safety warning is amid tough new laws set to be introduced. Negligent dog owners could lose their pet or cop a hefty fine. It's risen from $2,500 to $25,000.
We just need to get a bit tougher on that and make sure that people are paying attention to their obligations as owners.
Jessica Heatley for 10 News First.
Residents in Adelaide's booming northern suburbs can have a sneak peek of a major shopping precinct in Two Wells. South Australia's Drake Supermarkets has been announced as the anchor tenant for the $150 million town centre development. The hub will have a mix of retail and healthcare, with plans to begin construction next year and open in 2026. The Energy Minister has cautioned against alarmist comments on the future of the Whyalla Steelworks. Residents, contractors and employees attended a crisis meeting last night after GFG announced a further 100 job losses at its mining operations. GFG is battling falling global steel prices and has suffered a major shutdown, reducing production after a coking coal shortage.
You're not doing creditors any good if the steelworks falls over and goes into administration, because the first people who miss out are the creditors. So the best thing to do is to keep this thing operating.
Mr Koutsantonis says the Whyalla plant is vital for Australia's national interest. The mother of Cleo Smith has given a proud update on her little girl almost 4 years after she was kidnapped. In photos posted on social media, Cleo, who's now 7 years old, can be seen smiling and showing off her medal after winning gold in her first gymnastics competition. Her abduction shocked the nation when she was taken from the family's tent at a campsite in WA in 2021. A major police operation led to her rescue 18 days later. Terence Kelly was arrested and jailed for more than 13 years. Central Europe is in the grips of catastrophic flooding, inundating towns and cities. At least 8 people have died, and there are warnings the worst could be yet to come.
In the hills of the Czech countryside, a disaster zone. Rampaging floodwaters, powerful enough to rip homes from their foundations, this tiny town, inundated and isolated. Across the border in Poland, mass evacuations are underway. As the country faces its worst flooding in almost 3 decades, the extreme weather triggered by Storm Boris is affecting much of Central Europe, from Germany to Austria, Slovakia, Hungary and Romania. At least 8 people have died so far, including a firefighter who slipped down stairs during a rescue. In the Czech Republic, several people are missing after they were swept away by a raging torrent of water. The clean-up is beginning in parts of Romania where some residents were left homeless.
There are some living containers that are on the way that will be installed for them to be able to stay until their houses are in the condition to go back to them.
The mayor of one town described the flooding as a catastrophe of epic proportions. It will get worse before it gets better, with more rain forecast over the coming days. The military has been deployed in Austria to try and safeguard homes at risk from surging river levels. Climate change is being blamed for the intensity of this disaster. The damage bill will be massive, but the human cost is impossible to calculate. John Paul Gonzo for 10 News First.
Network 10 President Beverly McGarvey has responded to reports the chief of a major sporting code is open to talking to the company about future broadcast rights. It comes as the network showcased to advertisers the programs coming to our screens next year, including the return of a big favourite.
Big Brother will once again be watching from his spiritual home on 10.
Game on, Moles.
6 nights a week, live nominations, live evictions, back to the glory days.
We have Mel Tracina from the Cheap Seats hosting the show for us, which is just incredible. She's a reality TV junkie.
It won't just be Big Brother watching when Sam Pang hits screens with his own weekly comedy show. Here he is with all the details.
I've got some new things planned, mate.
What do you got?
So it's a bit of magic.
Gen X, Millennials and Zoomers will fight it out on Talking About Your Gen, a new version of the old fave. There's a double dose of Survivor, Brains versus Brawn 2 and Australia versus the World. You won't have to wait too long for I'm a Celeb.
The best news is that we're back on January 19. So, again, the school holidays, what it is a return to is being able to watch the show with your kids without having the go-to-bed fight.
Paramount has, of course, also been in the news with chat that the head of the Rugby League would like to sit down for some talks ahead of the negotiations for the next rights.
Of course, we'll have a look at it. We'll look at it and see if it makes sense. But I would say it's getting to the time that you need to drum up a bit of interest in everybody. He wants people to know that the NRL is on the table at the minute, which is, important for him.
Today's event was a pitch for advertisers to spend their money with us by ensuring audience favourites are returning.
We all need a bit of joy in our lives.
Plus offering up exciting new stuff, like an Aussie version of the hit comedy Ghosts, Oscar winner Kathy Bates in a reboot of Matlock.
I got the kids tonight, otherwise we'd be having a scotch.
No scotch for me unless I'm getting laid. I'm guessing that's not on the table.
And football galore. Angela Bishop for 10 News First.
And it's time for more in sport now with Max Burford. Maxie, how are Port's prelim plans taking shape?
Evening, Kate. They might have a few extra soldiers to choose from. We've had our first look at Kane Farrell, Charlie Dixon and Ryan Burton training this week ahead of Friday's trip to Sydney. All the details next. Plus, Aussie Oscar, a daring move, sets up F1 win number 2 for Piastri. And take a dive, plunging into the depths with a new world record.
Your last chance to vote for the Marsupial of the Year Top 10.
South Africa, baby!
Who will chicken out of Joburg's spectacular challenge?
It's chicken feet, chicken heads, eyes, everything.
You gotta eat the whole thing.
You're eating the little toenails and stuff?
Tonight on 10 and 10 Play.
Listen, Grace, it's over. My new Excellence Creme by L'Oreal Paris has everything I've wished for.
A new formula infused with hyaluronic acid for visibly better hair quality than before colouring. 100% grey coverage and a richer colour. New Excellence Creme by L'Oreal Paris.
I'm worth it.
Be the difference between turning up to work and lighting up a room. Between a bellyache and a belly laugh. Between hearing and understanding. And between aged and agile. Be the difference between being a worker and being a carer. Be the difference. Apply now at Southern Cross Care.
Aussies love Sapco flat mop sets. The twin wash and dry power blades clean and dry the mop hands-free. Sapco, it's how Australia cleans.
Spring's here, time for the Sunboost solar stock take sale.
Sunboost is clearing for stock take, including the Aussie favourite 6.6 kilowatt bestseller. Sale price only $36.91. In September 30 or while stocks last. Call 1300 Sunboost.
At My Living Outdoors, we love what we do.
Let's talk about la 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 love is love. Let's talk about
My Living Outdoors.
At Woolworths, enjoy great weekly specials this spring. Like Australian Fresh RSPCA approved chicken breast fillets bulk tray, now $9.50 a kilo, save $1.50 a kilo. That's today's fresh food people.
I get to trial a great network free for 7 days. There's no catch.
Well, you do have to be Jason Donovan's flatmate.
You wouldn't try it on.
Really?
No, sign up with an eSIM in the My Optus app.
With Cold Power's unique cold water enzyme, clothes live on and on.
Check out the new home for shopping recommendations, how-tos and what-to-dos, with a huge range of products, hot deals, sales and events, all compiled by our trusted experts. It all checks out at news.com.au checkout.
How do you make a fried chicken burger that's perfect for delivery? Put it on a pizza. Introducing Domino's new fried chicken burger, featuring 100% chicken breast with crispy southern coating. Try the pizza or get the box from just $12.
To celebrate
our 100th episode,
they're landing the big stories.
After 13 hours, the Pope touched down in Indonesia.
Less a Pope mobile, more a divvy van by the looks of it.
Is he coming out of the checked baggage?
The cheap seats, Tuesday.
Welcome back. Port Adelaide defender Kane Farrell is ramping up his unlikely bid to play in a preliminary final. Farrell is among a host of power players facing some tests in order to book a ticket to Sydney.
He was dishing out the pain today, but Kane Farrell's doing his best to overcome his own injury. The defender has ramped up his training in a bid to make a shock finals return.
He wouldn't be training if he didn't think it was a chance. Yeah, and he's got nothing to lose. He can push it as hard as he wants, knowing that if he re-injures it at training, then at least he gave it a go.
Farrell hurt his hamstring severely enough against Fremantle that the club ruled him out for the season. 4 weeks on, he's back in the mix.
It'll be touch and go. Yeah, it's probably not a risk we really want to take. We know the quality player that he is, but yeah, do you risk it in a prelim? We don't know yet.
Fellow defender Ryan Burton and key forward Charlie Dixon will also undergo fitness tests later in the week after they were withdrawn from the Hawthorn win. Dixon is battling whooping cough while Burton has a calf issue.
It's a weird injury that he had. It actually wasn't muscular. It was more a blood vessel issue that caused some swelling and irritation.
Most of the Power squad had a light session at Alberton today. Ken Hinkley remained indoors after the club was fined $20,000 for his post-match Ginnivan sledge. Not everyone as outraged as the AFL.
Coaches at the front and centre of a lot of things, and it's a pretty tough job, and Kenny's done a fantastic job with that football team.
Yeah, there was a lot of emotion involved, and now it's dealt with and we'll just go eyes forward from there.
The Swans looking forward too, instead of back at their poor history against Port. They haven't beaten the Power since 2016 and copped a 112-point thrashing in round 21.
Out of that game, it was just we needed to freshen our team up and Port Adelaide a really good footy team. So, yeah, it's pretty simple.
Jace Kemp for 10 News First.
Geelong star Tom Stewart is a certain starter against Brisbane in Saturday's preliminary final, leaving the Cats with a selection dilemma, while the Lions are sure dual Brownlow medalist Lachie Neale will play despite a foot injury.
Every player deals with the week off a little differently.
I put in a veggie garden.
They do things their own way at the Cattery, and it works. Chris Scott will coach his 9th prelim final in 14 years, and Jeremy Cameron says the secret is simple.
We just want everyone to sort of be themselves.
Selection will be one to watch. Tom Hawkins kicked 1 goal 3 in the VFL over a week ago, but it's a tough forward line to crack.
You know, Closey and Grind have played a lot of football now, but Shawnee Manners come in, he's playing a great role. Tyson's played a fair bit of football now and knows how to play on the big stage. So.
Other options include Sam De Koning, who was an emergency in Adelaide. Cam Guthrie had 19 touches and a goal in the VFL, while the Cats say 5-time All-Australian Tom Stewart will play after missing the win over Port with a hamstring.
You know, exciting to have him come back for sure. We know what Tommy's like and how big of a player he is for the club.
Lachie Neale was in a moon boot after the Giants' win. Today he was asked if there's any doubt of missing Saturday.
No, certainly not in any doubt. But yeah, probably over the last 8 to 10 weeks I've had a fairly significant issue with my heel, but on game day that actually feels 100% most of the time.
And as the only Victorian team left in it, Cameron has a message for opposition fans.
If everyone else from all the other supporter bases want to jump on board and come along, that would be fantastic.
Adrian Franklin for 10 News First.
Don't know you'll have too much luck there. All right, gun crow Eloise Jones will miss the remainder of the AFLW season after scans confirmed an Achilles injury in yesterday's win over the Hawks. Jones went down without contact in the third quarter and will have surgery next week before commencing the long road back. Oscar Piastri described it as the most stressful afternoon of his life, but he showed fight and dare, driving to the second victory of his Formula One career in a thrilling Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
On the tight Baku street circuit, Oscar Piastri made his move not long after pitting for the first and only time.
This is close. Closing up to the back of Charles Leclerc for the lead of this race. Piastri down the inside, late on the brakes, makes the move stick.
With Piastri now leading Charles Leclerc, the pair duked it out for nearly an hour. There was only one corner where the Ferrari driver had a realistic chance of regaining the lead.
No, not close enough.
It was an incredible duel with Piastri in just his second season, showing the concentration of a seasoned driver.
Look how hard they're pushing. It's beautiful to watch.
Finally, late in the race, the Aussie gave himself some wriggle room as Leclerc's tyres began to wear.
In the meantime, Oscar Piastri, with a gap of now over 2 seconds, Piastri can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Then disaster struck for the chasing pack, and a big shunt ended Sergio Perez and Carlos Sainz's day.
But now Perez coming back, and there's contact between Perez and Sainz into the wall. Disaster for Ferrari and Red Bull.
It meant Piastri cruised to the line under the safety car.
Oscar Piastri wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Well done, everybody. That was probably the most stressful afternoon of my life.
And I had to go for it because I knew that if I didn't get past, didn't get past at the start of the stint, I was never going to get past. So.
Lando Norris flew home from 15th on the grid to finish in front of Max Verstappen in 4th. Rob Waters for 10 News First.
NBA veteran Montrezl Harrell has just touched down in Adelaide after a long flight in. The Shock 36ers signing won't have too much time to acclimatise. He is expected to show up for training tomorrow to meet his new teammates for the first time.
It's just a tremendous honor, like I said, for this team to take a chance on me after what I've been through with my injury, and I'm just going to do everything to show them that I'm appreciative of it, and put this team back in the winning column.
Well, we're happy to have him. The 30-year-old former NBA Sixth Man of the Year joins as an injury replacement player for import Jarrell Martin. Weather ruined last night's deciding third T20 between England and Australia. The series drawn 1-1. The two teams will next fight out a 5-match one-day series with the Aussies welcoming back a host of experience.
What I know about guys like Starkey, Maxi, Marnus, Smudgers, they're really hungry, and for the young guys that hang around, that'll be a great experience for them to witness. So, a really exciting few weeks. Australia versus England in any series is always big.
The first ODI will be played Thursday night. After back-to-back titles with the Thunderbirds, the cherry on top this year will be a home debut for the Diamonds for Georgie Horgis, the star attacker, right in the mix, along with teammate Matilda Garrett for Thursday's first test against England at the Entertainment Centre.
I think it's really special. The girls are saying that they haven't played in Adelaide for a long time, so I'm really lucky that the game is in Adelaide, and to debut here would be really special. I've got lots of family and friends coming, so fingers crossed.
Good luck, Georgie. Australia plays England 3 times before the Constellation Cup. Alexei Popyrin's stunning straight sets victory over Pedro Martinez at the Davis Cup wasn't enough to get the Aussies over the line on top of Group B. There was a massive upset in the deciding rubber. The Spaniards coming from a set down to defeat Matt Ebden and Max Purcell.
An outstanding upset.
Having already locked in their final 8 spot, Australia will face either Italy or the US in the November quarterfinals. Ange Postecoglou has defended his side's defence against set pieces after a Gabriel header in the second half saw Arsenal win a North London derby 1-0.
Nice float on that, and Gabriel scores for Arsenal.
We work on them all the time like we do at every other team. You know that they're a threat. As I said, for the most part, we handled them really well today, but we switched off for one and we paid a price.
Elsewhere, Newcastle took down Wolves in a 2-1 come-from-behind win, striking twice from outside the box late in the game. Pat Mahomes didn't have it all his way this morning.
Down the field, and what an interception! My goodness, Cam Taylor-Britt.
That's a highlight reel for a long time.
Wow, you're not kidding.
His Chiefs needing a last-second field goal to pull a Swiftie on the Bengals. Elsewhere, the Texans punched the Bears in the mouth and got away with a scrappy win. Detroit pulled off some fake punt trickery but couldn't overcome Tampa Bay. And Minnesota upset San Francisco thanks in part to a 97-yard bomb from Sam Darnold to Justin Jefferson. OK, time to take a deep breath. This is Russian freediver Alexei Molchanov plunging into the depths of the ocean to set a new world mark in France. He'd reached an incredible 125 metres to better his own world record by a metre.
And it was much colder than the previous days, so I think this cold and darkness was the main challenge today.
Yeah, well, for keeping you cool, you can take a few big gulps of air, Alexei, and our play of the day, thanks to Foodland. That is a very strange hobby. Kate, that's sport.
Yeah, I'll call him crazy. Thank you, Max. Tiff has Adelaide's forecast coming up after the break.
Next.
I always see 1111 on my phone, so we're going 11.
Will her $100,000 premonition pay off?
The premonition's coming true!
Deal or no deal? Next on 10 and 10 Play.
My gel creation for a brilliantly clean toilet.
But there's a better Bref way.
Bref Brilliant Gel all-in-one. Powerful cleaning, grime protection, boosted fragrance and an impressive shine. Absolutely brilliant. Bref Brilliant Gel all-in-one.
Protect your number one mate with Australia's number one, NexGuard Spectra. It's the most complete protection against fleas, ticks, mites, worms and even heartworm, all in one tasty chew. NexGuard Spectra.
Discount City Carpets and Blinds have thousands of metres of carpet, laminate, vinyl planks and timber flooring. All in stock and ready to go at unbeatable prices. Discount City Carpets and Blinds. Discount prices every day.
Hi, I'm Nat from O'Brien. I get asked all the time, should I worry about this chip? Yeah, you should. Look, this crack started as a chip. And this one too. It happens a lot. At O'Brien, we replace thousands of windscreens, but a chip repair is faster, cheaper and greener. We use our exclusive resin, cure it, nice polish, saving you the cost of a new windscreen. And with car insurance, your chip repair is usually free. For over 100 years, O'Brien has been here for you. So you know you're in expert hands. Book today.
Anything designed to carry the human body must be relentlessly refined and tested. The unique Sealy Posturepedic spring system senses and responds, working to align your body so you can get straight into your day.
Law. Pleasure is gold.
UE's 24/7 roadside assist is a must-have with this late-night teenage taxi service I've recently started.
Insurance that's a bit more U-shaped. UE. You insured.
Is the laundry basket stink too much for detergent alone? Pynoclean Platinum Laundry Sanitizer removes 99.9% of odour-causing bacteria. It also leaves 28 days of refreshing fragrance. It's not clean unless it's Pynoclean.
G'day, Paul here from Woolworths. This week, strawberries are juicy and excellent quality, thanks to bright, sunny conditions. Organic fruit and veg is looking great, and organic bananas are my pick of the week. Broccolini is good value, while gourmet tomatoes are in abundance right now and perfect for spring. When picking tomatoes, choose ones that are slightly firm and bright red. That's this week's Fresh Market Update.
Once you see it everywhere. The Cupra Formentor. What you feel is called obsession. Cupra, inspiring from Barcelona.
South Africa, baby!
Who will chicken out of Joburg's spectacular challenge?
It's chicken feet, chicken heads, eyes, everything.
You gotta eat the whole thing.
You eating the little toenails and stuff? Tonight on 10 and 10 Play.
This weather report proudly supported by Paramount Plus. Catch a mountain of entertainment only on Paramount Plus.
Making news in Adelaide. Port's preliminary final in Sydney is officially a sellout, with Power fans lining up before sunrise for tickets. 4 teens arrested over a home invasion where the owner was forced to flee through the back door. And a mystery millionaire who purchased a lotto ticket at Mawson Lakes has just 11 days to claim their winnings. Now to the heartwarming reunion with a family cat that survived 6 days wedged between 2 commercial sheds in Wingfield. Mishka got herself stuck after fleeing noisy renovations at home. The 12-year-old couldn't be coaxed out and was given food and water through a long pipe for the 6 days. It was some irresistible gourmet cat food that finally lured her. A quick vet check showed she escaped unscathed. Very lucky and very loved. It was a very chilly start today with another cold morning on the way tomorrow. Tiff Warne is at a city bar and Tiff, musicians are taking the stage as part of the Adelaide Guitar Festival.
They are taking the stage, Kate, and thankfully I'm not one of them. No, I won't do that. Tonight we are at Memphis Slim's, one of the many venues participating in Guitars and Bars, all part of Adelaide Guitar Festival. And I'm joined now by local artist Lucas Day to tell us more. Lucas, you've just performed in Adelaide Guitar Festival.
Yeah, Friday night played with my band to launch my new single Wallow. It was a great show. Actually, that sounded great just before. Yeah, next gig, you're in. But yeah, Guitars in Bars is a great initiative as well. If you can't, promo your song on the news, local musos can go out and play their original music, play some covers as well, and just get eyes on them. It's a great thing.
Fantastic. Well, I won't sing, but we might get you to play, Lucas, while I whip through some weather, if you don't mind.
Sounds good.
Take it away. Oh, yeah, in the city today we had an overnight low of 3 degrees, making it our coldest September morning since 1987. I hate myself. Our top today, a mild 18 degrees. Around the suburbs, very fresh temperatures to start the day. -1 at Gawler and Murray Bridge. Yikes. Elizabeth, Murray and Noarlunga made 16 degrees. Gawler and Glenelg 18. Just 12 was the top at Mount Barker. Around the rest of the state, 22 in Roxby Downs and Coober Pedy, 21 in Port Augusta, Port Pirie and Woomera, 20 the top in Ceduna. Further south, -5 at Keith last night. I hope you all had your hot water bottles in bed. Goodness me. Kingscote, Keith and Port Lincoln eventually made 15, 16 in Newry, Mount Gambier hit 13. Taking a look around the country, Sydney was 20, Melbourne got to 14, -7 at Canberra overnight, Hells Bells. Brizzy made 24, 15 in Hobart. On the satellite, a mid-level cloud band extends from the top end to the central Queensland coastline, while on the synoptic we've got a strong high pressure system centred south of the Bight, so we'll enjoy some dry, sunny days ahead. Around the country tomorrow, sunny in Sydney and 22, 17 in Melbourne, 24 for Brizzy. Returning home, a frost warning's been issued for the Mount Lofty Ranges, Mid-North, Riverland and Murraylands forecast districts. 25 the top for Coober Pedy, 24 in Port Augusta, Ceduna and Roxby Downs, Port Pirie, Woomera and Whyalla, all heading for 23. Further south, Renmark 22, 18 for Keith, 16 in Naracoorte. Around the suburbs, 20 for Elizabeth, 18 in Glenelg, Noarlunga and Mount Barker heading for 17. On Metro Waters, variable winds below 10 knots, seas below half a metre. In Adelaide, another very chilly low of 3 before a beautiful sunny top of 19. Looking ahead, sunny 22 on Wednesday, then those temperatures drop right down to 17 for the next couple of days. Sunday 18, Monday heading for a partly cloudy 22. So the Adelaide Guitar Festival will run right through until September 29. Kate, get along, dust off your guitar.
You had me very worried there. I thought you were about to sing the whole weather. Thank you, Tiff, for not doing that. See you tomorrow. That is Adelaide's 10 News First for this Monday. Tonight we leave you with Port Adelaide's cheer squad putting together the all-important banner. Have a lovely night.